Rain fell for 7 days. Then the mountains came down. A dry ravine became a wall of mud. Homes vanished, roads disappeared, families ran through the darkness. 6 in 10 homes damaged in Tocopilla, hundreds forced into emergency shelters. Entire communities are completely cut off. And across northern Chile, the mud is still swallowing everything in its path. For 7 days, the rain would not stop. Then, on the night of August 18th, the ground gave way. In Coloso, a ravine that had stayed dry for years suddenly came alive, sending mud and debris crashing into homes as families scrambled to get out. Some managed. Others were caught mid-escape.
We agreed with the neighbors, with the emergency committees we have, and we started to evacuate. But not all of us could get out right away. It was fast, suddenly. It had stopped raining. There was lightning, and suddenly the Coloso ravine started coming down.
Further north in Iquique, special police units were sent scrambling through the debris to reach residents trapped by the collapse, among them an 80-year-old man.
There's a lot of material that came down. It was quite difficult to reach where they were, locate them, and extract them to a safe zone for medical attention.
By August 19th, the scale of the disaster had become clear. In Tocopilla, one of the worst-hit municipalities, roughly 60% of homes were damaged, and 724 people were left in emergency shelters. The town was temporarily split into 3 isolated sectors as roads vanished under mud, forcing crews to work through the day to reconnect them. President José Antonio Cast declared a state of catastrophe for the province and flew in to meet local authorities.
From these tragedies, we can learn going forward. There are situations that can be projected to have a master plan, in rainwater management, in housing construction, to definitively solve problems like informal settlements.
For those who lost everything, the promise of a plan came too late.
We went to take shelter at my mother-in-law's house, and from there we watched everything burst, mud coming through the windows. So much sadness because we lost everything. Years of sacrifice, months in debt to get our things together, and in a moment we were left with nothing but the clothes on our backs.
In Alto Hospicio, the main road near the Zofri sector remains buried, cutting the city off and pushing chronic sinkholes into 1,500 homes. The mayor has demanded his own catastrophe declaration. Officials say the crisis is far from over. According to Interior Deputy Secretary Maximo Pavez, this is the 11th emergency event since a preventive alert was first activated on June 13th, part of what he describes as an unusually intense El Niño pattern gripping the country. No deaths have been reported, but across the north the cost is mounting, in homes, in roads, and in years of savings washed away in a single night. A state of catastrophe has been declared in northern Chile after torrential rain triggered destructive mudslides, flooded homes, and swept vehicles through the streets. Chile's President José Antonio Cast decreed a constitutional state of catastrophe for Tocopilla on August 18th. A province in the Antofagasta region, it is one of the areas hardest hit by the severe weather.
Due to the severe impacts of the weather event in Tocopilla, I have decided to declare a constitutional state of exception due to catastrophe for the province of Tocopilla and to deploy all available human and material resources that will allow us to address this emergency. The Undersecretary of the Interior, Maximo Pavez, has been in the region since last night and will soon take on a national defense chief who will coordinate the forces in the area.
Antofagasta, Governor Ricardo Diaz elaborated on the scale of the damage and aid en route to the affected region.
60% of homes in Tocopilla remained flooded or covered by mud. All access routes to the city remain blocked by debris, so aid will initially arrive by air while land roads are cleared.
Tocopilla sits in one of the most arid zones on the planet, but constant rains triggered mud flows, landslides, and increased river flow, overwhelming infrastructure not designed for such weather conditions. Local residents express their concerns around the unprecedented events unfolding in the region.
It is very complicated. People are very scared. It's been years since we've seen this kind of rain. Now, for the coves, for the beaches, the rucos, lightweight material houses, as they are called, water got into people's homes. They need help.
Chile's disaster response agency, Senapred, has issued a red alert for Antofagasta, Taltal, Mejillones, and Tocopilla due to the severe weather. In the coastal community of Paposo, residents describe the horrors of mud entering their homes.
The biggest concern now is that this mudslide comes down and takes our houses or even a person, because this happens at night when it rains and we don't know how the mudslide is coming from above. And on top of that, we don't have street lighting, so we are in the dark in Paposo.
Moreover, the storm has already turned deadly. Authorities confirmed that a driver was killed in the Antofagasta region after falling rocks caused a traffic accident. 4 other people in the vehicle were injured. Across affected areas, around 2,000 people have been evacuated, and the Education Ministry has suspended classes across several regions. For Tocopilla, the immediate challenge remains enormous: clearing tons of mud and debris, reopening roads, and determining whether damaged homes are still safe.
la preocupación grande ahora es que esto baje y nos pueda llevar las casas o hasta una persona, porque esto en la noche donde llueve y ahí nosotros no sabemos cómo viene el aluvión de arriba, y otra que ahora para más de remate no tenemos iluminación en las calles, así que estamos a oscuras. La idea es esto acá, porque esto se nos va a ir para abajo, no tenemos una defensa ya.
Muy complicado, la gente está muy asustada. Años que no se veía estos tipos de lluvia. Ahora para las caletas, para las playas, los rucos que le llaman, la gente se le entró el agua, necesitan ayuda.
Empezó a caer el agua de la quebrada y se me metió por atrás por el patio. Y en eso que se me metió para el patio, cuando fui a abrir la puerta, se me metió todo el agua para dentro de la casa, me rebalsó todo, los muebles, el piso. Acá, por aquí. Este es otro dormitorio que tenemos acá, que de hecho quedamos hasta sin luz. Pero está todo lleno con agua, como puede ver. Si es que se ve algo, está todo lleno de agua. Bueno, aquí en la cocina, acá abajo. El techo, se me filtró todo el agua por el techo.